Prince Andrew under scrutiny as new police probe reveals alleged attempts to smear accuser. Welcome back to Crown Chronicles, your #1 destination for jaw-dropping royal revelations, palace intrigue, and everything you won't hear in the official Buckingham Palace press releases. If you love uncovering the shocking truths behind the grandeur, from scandals hidden behind velvet curtains to the secrets whispered down palace corridors, then make sure you hit that subscribe button right now, turn on all notifications, and join our ever-growing royal truth-seeking community. Because today's episode is not one to miss. Imagine this: you're a member of one of the world's most powerful and privileged families. For years, you've enjoyed untouchable status, security, wealth, respect, even immunity. But then, the world changes. One scandal ignites. One name refuses to disappear from headlines. And suddenly, the walls of the palace begin to close in. This is exactly what's happening right now to Prince Andrew, Duke of York, or should we say, formerly Duke of York, depending on how long this pressure lasts, because a fresh police probe has just reopened old wounds, and this time, the accusations are even more explosive. According to new reports, authorities are now investigating claims that Prince Andrew, or individuals acting on his behalf, allegedly attempted to discredit and smear his accuser. Not only is the original scandal resurfacing, but it's now morphing into an entirely new level of royal crisis, a scandal that refuses to die, you'd think, after stepping back from public life. After being stripped of military titles. After paying out a multi-million-dollar settlement. Prince Andrew would have stayed as far away from controversy as possible, but the past never truly stays buried, especially when you're a royal. Investigators have reportedly obtained communications and statements suggesting that efforts were made to track, intimidate, or damage the credibility of Andrew's accuser, actions that, if proven true, could be seen not only as unethical, but potentially illegal. And suddenly, Prince Andrew, who was already hanging by a thread in public opinion, is now walking on thin ice above a fiery pit. Inside palace walls, panic or denial. Sources close to Buckingham Palace say that King Charles is deeply concerned, yet desperate to contain the fallout. After years of trying to streamline and modernize the monarchy, the last thing he needs is another Andrew-shaped disaster dragging the institution backward. Even Prince William, who already made it clear he wants no association with his uncle's public return, is reportedly pushing for firm measures to ensure this scandal does not taint the monarchy's future. But here's the problem: Prince Andrew refuses to go quietly. Despite years of backlash, he has allegedly insisted he is still a victim of media persecution, and deeply resents being sidelined. He's been spotted more frequently riding horses at Windsor, hosting private meetings, even attempting to inch his way back into royal engagements via the back door, appearing alongside Prince Charles for Sunday church, or being photographed, coincidentally, with his mother before she passed. Some insiders whisper that he believes he can still rehabilitate his image. Others say he's delusional, but now, this police probe may seal his fate once and for all. What exactly are investigators looking into, while official details remain closely guarded? Media insiders claim the probe centers on covert attempts to gather damaging information on Andrew's accuser, allegedly to discredit her publicly. We're talking private investigators being hired or approached to dig up personal dirt, coordinated media briefings designed to suggest inconsistencies in her past, alleged behind-the-scenes lobbying efforts to sway public sympathy back toward Andrew. If any connection is made between these efforts and individuals representing or instructed by the prince, this could be viewed as witness intimidation or obstruction of justice. Let's be clear, these are allegations. But in the court of public opinion, the optics alone are catastrophic. Can Andrew survive this? Let's look at the facts. Prince Andrew has already lost his military titles, his royal patronages, his public role, his reputation globally. The only things he still retains are his HRH title, informally, but discouraged in use, his royal residence at the Royal Lodge in Windsor, his private royal protection, reportedly costing millions, but pressure is mounting even against those final privileges. There are whispers in the corridors of Westminster that if this probe gains traction, calls to strip him completely may finally be unstoppable. Royal advisors are reportedly split. One camp believes the monarchy survives only through distance. Andrew must disappear entirely. Another, particularly those close to Queen Elizabeth's memory, feel loyalty and argue, punishment has already been served. He's still the king's brother. But let's not forget, public sentiment will likely decide this one. And right now, that sentiment is firmly against him. How does this impact the monarchy, while the king may want to focus on modernization? The shadow of Andrew keeps dragging the monarchy back into scandal. Every time the royal family wants to move forward, a coronation, a charity initiative, international diplomacy, Andrew's name finds its way back into the spotlight, and let's be honest, a monarchy's existence relies not on its laws, but on its image. Once the public decides a member is beyond redemption, that individual becomes a liability, no matter their bloodline. So what now? Will King Charles finally cut ties? There are talks, and I emphasize talks, that King Charles may eventually take the unprecedented step of formally severing Andrew's remaining ties, including forcing him to move out of Royal Lodge, cutting financial dependency, requesting he relinquish titles voluntarily, before Parliament is pressured to intervene. But the big question is, would Prince Andrew ever accept that? Close friends say, absolutely not. He reportedly believes, I have done nothing wrong. I am the victim of a witch hunt. And that means a showdown may be inevitable. What happens if evidence emerges? Let's speculate responsibly. If investigators find credible proof that Andrew, or intermediaries operating in his interest, attempted to sabotage or intimidate his accuser, it would no longer be just a royal scandal, it would become a legal matter. We're talking potential charges, renewed media trials, possibly even international pressure from U.S. authorities, who have not forgotten the earlier Epstein connection. Could we see a royal interrogated? A court appearance? A forced exile? Unlikely. Perhaps, impossible. Not anymore. And what do you think? Because here's where you come in, our Crown Chronicles community is full of passionate thinkers, researchers, and royal analysts. Do you believe Prince Andrew is being unfairly targeted? Or is this justice catching up at last? Should King Charles protect his brother, publicly distance the monarchy further, or strip everything and be done with it? Let us know your thoughts right now in the comments. I'm going to be reading every single one. One thing is clear, this is not over. This is far from over. Prince Andrew may have believed that after paying a settlement, the world would forget, but the world hasn't forgotten. The world hasn't forgiven, and now the world is asking new questions. If this probe escalates, we may soon witness the biggest reckoning a modern royal has ever faced. This is Crown Chronicles, where truth wears the crown. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it now, because the next chapter in this saga could break any moment, and trust me, you will want to be here when it does. Crown, thanks for watching. Stay curious, stay bold, and stay royal.